Welcome back to Pour Over Marketing. I'm Rob Southgate. Ooh, boy. I did not expect my voice to do that to start us off. So welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've been live. Actually, I did a live one 2 weeks ago, and then for some reason it didn't share. So if you want to see that one, which was really a fantastic episode, in my opinion, we talked about some really cool things that actually are the basis of a new book that I'm working on. If you want to see that one, you can go to the Facebook page. You can go to the YouTube channel. Yeah, you can pretty much find it wherever I post stuff about this. And in fact, I think if I didn't, I will be. I think I shared it on the newsletter from Substack, which is something that I always put in the show notes. I talk about on here a lot. Just look up Pour Over Marketing or look up Rob Southgate, and you will find it there on Substack. Yeah, and in fact, that episode, I'm doing a little something extra with. It was the one where I talked about the house that we've been working on, my parents' house that we've been, we'll call it renovating, updating, getting ready for sale. And I talked about how that relates to you as a marketer. And there's a really fun idea that came out of that I'm elaborating on. I think what I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to do it. I am doing it. I think that I'm going to use it a certain way. I'm transcribing that episode. I'm using a service to transcribe the episode, and then I'm going to chop it down so that it's really just the meat of it, where it talks about this idea that happened during the show. And then I'm going to send that out as a Substack, and then we will share that across our social media and try some different things with it. See what we can do with an episode. The more ways you can get that touch, the more ways you can split the content you make into various other content, the more likely you are to draw people to what you're doing, to bring people in to see and experience what you're trying to tell them. And I'm trying to add as much value as I can in these, which is also key. You know, we talk about that a lot when you're trying to promote something, whether it's your card business or your painter business or a show or a podcast or whatever it is. You want to express value. Just saying, hey, I've got a show doesn't do it. If you say, hey, I've got a show about this that helps with your pain point. For example, today's episode, I want to talk about YouTube and how to get some of the things, the nuts and bolts set up properly to set you up for success. And when I do the show notes for this, when I send it out there, I'm going to highlight that. So it's not just, oh, it's a Pour Over Marketing. It's, oh, this is the episode where he talked about the end cards on YouTube and the things he's been finding out. That adds value, and hopefully it hits a pain point, because it does for me. We've got this big YouTube channel for Southgate Media Group. Not a ton of followers, maybe 500, maybe 400, I'm not sure. But we've got over 10,000 videos on there. And to me, number one, that's a waste of what we've been doing. We should absolutely have a lot more than that, because you can't really monetize anything at that point. And why are we putting the content up there if not to monetize, if not to keep putting fuel in the tank for this? So I have been going back and working on that some, but not knowing how to do those end cards right, not knowing some of the tricks has really stifled the growth of that channel, as well as this channel, which is New Media Lab, which now we're going to change all that. And that's what I want to talk about today. I haven't seen anybody in the chats yet. I guess nobody's here yet. We could have another week where for some reason it's not posting everywhere. Let me see if it shows it on Facebook. Nope, it's showing. Interesting. Easter weekend might be my my nemesis, and that's okay, because the live thing is great. It's a lot of fun. I love it for the interaction. But what I'm finding is more people are watching the show after the fact. More people are responding and writing in off of the show showing on YouTube or on the Facebook page, or really a big boost is when I post it to my Substack and I just send it out, I seem to get a lot of people watching it and watching for the entire episode, which is key. You know, when you look at like YouTube, we're going to talk about YouTube a lot today. When you look at YouTube, you can look at your stats and it will tell you how many people watch a particular piece that you put up. But that's not the most important thing. Sure, it's important. You wanna have as many as you can. If you have 10 followers watching, uh, that's not great, which that's kind of the range that our episodes have been in, not this, but the, Southgate Media Group stuff, the old stuff. We'll put it on there and we'll see, 10 to 30 watches. Every once in a while, one will hit 1,000 or 2,000, and it's like, "Oh, amazing." Um But when you hit that, that's not the most important thing. Getting the followers, I keep saying it wrong. It is vitally important. But let's say in the grand scheme of things, let's say that you are attracting followers. The number of followers, the number of watchers in the moment, like right now, I don't care if it's 0 right now. I do care when it publishes later. But the amount of them following, watching, is maybe 30% of the importance. What you really want to see the next, I mean, at this point for me, probably 40%, 50% is watch time. So if you put up a half hour video or an hour video like this one usually is, and people watch for 30 seconds or a minute, it shows that 500 people watched, but if they only watched for a minute each, you're not getting your message out there. That means your content, there's something either wrong, that's not what they were looking for, it's not what they were thinking they were getting. I'll give you an example. On our stuff, the Southgate Media Group stuff, so much of it was pre-video. So you've got these YouTube episodes that are a blank screen. Okay. That doesn't work. I mean, it can. But what I've been doing is going back and taking certain shows. Like, for example, Chris and I had a show about we did a like a recap show about a show called oh boy. Let me see if I can find it while I'm talking. I can't remember the name of the show. Uh but it was about the Cold War. It was basically behind the wall of in Germany. And here, I'm going to pull it up rather than stumble my way through it. Anyway, we had a fan that wrote in that said they love our stuff. They love what we do. They wondered if there was more. And they specifically mentioned one of the shows. They were asking about shows that I was on they had talked about Orange is the New Black, which is one that Maeve and I did together. And they said, "Oh my gosh, I love this." And then I found that you guys did one about the killing. And they said, "Is there anything else? Because I just love listening to you guys. You're so much fun." And uh, and then they mentioned our American Horror Story one, which is Chris and I. So I wrote them back and I said, "Here's a list of the episodes, the different shows that Maeve and I did." And I sent them a link to Libsyn for each show. And then I sent them to the playlists on YouTube. And I realized that our show that Chris and I did, our show was called In Hoff You Trust, or In Hoff We Trust. I can't even get it right. Here we go. In Hoff We Trust, which is about David Hasselhoff, because the show is called Deutschland 83, and it's about right at the Berlin Wall in 83 into 84, I think, maybe 82, 83. It's really, really a great show. Um, See if you can find it. It's really fantastic, and it was 2 seasons, I believe. We did both seasons. Anyway, I went back and I said, "We don't have video of Chris and I. We don't have video of us doing this show, and it's gonna look weird if we do anything else." So what we did was we took the artwork that we did, the original artwork, and that shows while you're watching the episode. Boring? Sure. Doesn't matter. There's something there, okay? Now here's where the key is. Here's where the expectation is. Rather than put the artwork for the episode, because the artwork for the episode is vitally important. In the original ones, the ones that you see on there now, it just shows artwork that fills the whole screen. So if you go to Southgate Media Group YouTube channel, go to that playlist or not, you can just go to the channel. The second playlist it's showing right now is In Hoff We Trust. You can see the full screen image. That's important because what I see a lot of podcasters do, and I see a lot of people that are playing with this do, is they'll put a 1400 by 1400 or a square image that leaves black bands at the side, and people go, "Oh, that doesn't matter." I did that for years. I was like, "Oh, it doesn't really matter." Then I noticed, yeah, but I wasn't really watching the ones that had the square image. I was looking for something where the artwork, whatever was attracting my eye, had a full screen. It wasn't conscious, it was subconscious. But isn't that what we deal with in marketing a lot, is kind of that subconscious? How do we get that part of us attracted? How do we keep people there? Okay. So on our channel, we've started going back and putting artwork for the episode that fills the screen. Now, one thing I noticed, in Hoff We Trust, I went and I did all the episodes, I put the artwork on, I changed the artwork, now it looked really good, but the expectation is still not there, because when you look at it, it looks like it's gonna be a video, then you click on it, it's got the stagnant image. People drop off. Let me see if I can get any kind of stats off of this. Um, don't know if it has them on here, I might have to go to the main stat thing. Um, okay. So we'll go to my page, YouTube Studio, and I'm going to look at stats. In fact, I'm going to do something. I'm going to share this. I think this would be good as we kind of work our way through this thing. There we go. And let's see if that's the one I want to share. I'm bigger on this one. Uh, I'll flip back and forth, but this way you can see. Uh, okay, here are the stats for Southgate Media Group. Published videos. It tells you, okay, so here, one of our former podcasts, what they do is they have now tagged us, so when they publish a new episode, it goes right to our YouTube channel. But this is how it looks. It's just a black screen. Okay. See, I haven't put the artwork on these yet. When you watch the episode, it's just a black screen. For this show, that whole thing is from the Capes and Lunatics Network. Over here, where we have the Krypton report, they send us something that instead of a black screen, it shows us, here we go, their show artwork. See if I can pull it up. It has their show artwork. Great. They did a great job here. But it's the black screens. So when you look, see, it's got the artwork there. Uh, on Capes and Lunatics, it's just a blank screen the whole time. It's better to have artwork. But when you look at the playlist, okay, you can see Krypton Report comes in square. See that? Because they haven't made a widescreen image for their artwork. For In Hoff We Trust, for Geeking Out, see, I made full images. This is from Krypton Report here, full images. Now, the video that Krypton Report shows is just black, okay? Video for In Hoff We Trust, even though it doesn't fill the screen, the video itself I'm not as worried about. I'm more worried about the image you see when you go to the channel. So, Krypton Report is like this one, where it's a square. That's fine. I prefer it to be a widescreen image, but I don't actually care. What I care about is, oh, we just saw it. See if I can do view play. So for In Hoff We Trust, I have widescreen images for the whole thing. It looks a lot better. It's more attractive, but expectation is still not achieved. Okay. Let me show you one where I get the expectation right. I don't know if this one has it. It does not. Oh, I know I've got them on here. Alley Chats should have it. So what I did, here we go. These videos here, Lisa Brain from Books and Brews 2024. This is what the video looks like. And when you watch it, there's an interview video. Okay. If you go to this one, same interview. Okay. Same interview, but the audio version only, I added this to it. So now in my artwork, it tells you this, and it sets up that expectation that, this is gonna be audio only, I'm gonna see the image. Now, does that matter? People say, "Oh, well, they only want video." Not true. The number one platform for getting podcasts, and I'm talking audio and or video, but audio is where people think when they think podcast. Over in the UK, overseas there, the number one platform is YouTube, okay? They don't care about the video because they have it on when they're driving. That's where most people listen to their podcasts, when they're driving, when they're out taking a walk or whatever. You don't really care about the video, but you want something attractive that you see that catches your eye and you go, here's an audio only version. I don't have to run, uh, use up data for the video. Boom, I can listen. Or here, I want to watch the video. Here, this is the video version. So if I put this symbol, this audio only version, I'm going back and I'm doing this on a lot of our stuff. In fact, eventually all of it will have that will say this is an audio only version. And if it has a blank screen, it's gonna suck for me, but I'm gonna go back and I'm going to add uh, an image. Now, let's see, is it no, nobody's commenting. That's okay. So right there, we're talking about curb appeal. There's a curb appeal thing. You wanna make sure on your YouTube stuff, and this is for anything. If you're doing a podcast, if you're doing any type of content creation, media type, make an image, make something you can use to promote it. Even when you're making your blog post, you're like, "Oh, well, I wrote a blog post, I just shoved it up there." Yeah, what I'm finding is if you make an image about about the blog post, you can then make social media content off of that. Really good. Audio only, label it as audio only in the image and in the text so that the description, let's see if I can get one that has a description for that. Where did she go? Go. Oh, I didn't do it here. The new thing I'm doing is I'm putting on here a dash and it says audio only, making it really, really clear what's going on. Okay. Now let's go back to stats. When you look at stats, you can see we don't get a ton. Uh, Here's one got 144 views. Now this one says 68. That's only talking this month. Okay. Let's see if I have the more important one. Yeah, 561 subscribers. Content. Here we go. Let's see. Most people find it on YouTube search. Important to know. See, this is why it's important to look at your stats. Okay. And I know I'm talking about YouTube, but I want you to think about this in terms of whatever way you're sending out your message. If you're using Substack, if you're using Facebook, if you're using YouTube, if you're using TikTok, whatever it is, start looking at your stats. Understand where are people finding you. For this, I would have assumed that my videos are being found because I'm promoting them. Isn't that what most of us think? We promote something on social media and people see it and get all excited. Sure. But not true. They're finding it from searching in YouTube. So what does that say to me? I better make sure that I've optimized my show notes, that I've got the correct topics and keywords and everything in there, and that I've set up expectations properly. So the fact that 48.4% are going off YouTube search, they're typing in a topic, a TV show name, a whatever, and they are going to it because they're seeing an image that looks good. I mean, look at this for Drunk Cinema. This was one of our shows, and what we did was we gave them this kind of background of beer. So it's the static image with the beer. Notice in these top ones, they're only going on ones that have a main image that looks like this. Okay. But here's the weird thing, too. You got to look at watch time, and let's see if I can see it on here. Top videos, full stream ahead. This is just in this period. I don't know why I'm not seeing the whole thing. Lifetime. Okay, here's one thing. It says, let's see if I can show you. Average duration of a watch, 2 minutes, 36 seconds. That means people are going and they're not engaging with the content. They're out. Now, for us, when you have 10,000 videos, the average could be they're going to that old content and it's dying off. That very well could be. Look at here. This is interesting. Lifetime, we used to pick up a lot more that would go the duration. Oh, those aren't duration. They're going to the 20-minute mark. Down here, it drops off. Why? Number one, I'm just letting the shows post on there. I'm not doing the stuff that I've started doing to them. Click-throughs. Now, click-throughs are really important. 1% click-through. You think, well, that's not very much. Yeah, but if I'm using, how we've been talking about using our affiliate links, things that drive people to other things, there it is. If 1% are clicking on it and going somewhere, that might be pretty good. Average rate, it doesn't say what it is. I'm going to guess it's probably 3%. I might be way off. Watch, somebody's going to write in and say, no, it's like 40%. It's not. Average click-through rate, I'm going to guess, is around 3%, maybe less. 1.1 might be actually decent. Okay? These are impressions. We've got 4 million impressions, 100,000 views. Yeah, I'm not curated quite right. Plays from playlists. You can look at this. Look at this. Ghostwood. People don't even know we had a Twin Peaks podcast. Look at this. From the playlist, 597 views. That means people are going to this. Orange is the New Black, 557. Total views for Ghostwood, 14,000. That's almost double what Orange is the New Black does. And Orange is the New Black, as far as a podcast goes, was one of our top rating podcasts. Most people, I shouldn't say it that way, top ranking, not rating, top ranking in the Southgate Media Group lexicon. When we look back and go, okay, how many unique views did we have? How many unique watches did we have? For the audio podcast, Orange is the New Black, Enough Said, were always the top tier. And there it is. It's being beat by Ghostwood, which in the audio version was not top tier. It's interesting, right? So what does this say to me? It says there's a lot of area of opportunity. Now, you, marketer, I want to talk about something else here. And in fact, I don't know if I have one to show as an example, but I bet I can do it on here. I'll leave that open. But I'm gonna close that screen share. Okay. And we're going to do it here. So what I've really working on is improving the experience. I've been doing it for we'll call it my day job, my vice president role, because we're relaunching the YouTube channel, and we're trying to tweak a lot of things. So I've been working on show notes, getting those right, getting the titles right, curating some playlists. We don't want to just launch and be like, oh, haphazard, and then we'll put it together. No, we want it to come out right out of the box. So one of the things that we did was we've got a couple of new shows that are going on there. And you'll be able to see it here. One of the things we're doing is we're adding backgrounds. Now on this, on pour over, I did not have a background. We have this, right? Can't see a background when you do this. But when I have a guest and it puts the two screens, if you guys were watching before when I did the YouTube thing, it had two screens and then it was black all the way around. Not nearly as attractive as if I add a background. Background. So that's one of the backgrounds that we're using. Right here in StreamYard, I can switch out backgrounds. Different background. Different background. It's going to be for drinking with authors. Okay. You can do things like this, adding branding at the bottom. Now, the problem with that is when I have a split screen, it can go away depending on what you're doing, how you're doing it. Okay. So if you're going to put branding on there, make sure you've got make sure you're using it the proper way. This works. This works, but you got to be using one that's the group layout and only have two people because that'll put the two boxes and you'll leave all your branding and all your stuff around the outside. So I'll go back to this one because I think this one's cool and matches our vibe here. Coffee shop, books all around. I like it. So then here's the other thing. I wonder if I have it on here. When you're doing your YouTube videos and that, when you're using StreamYard or whatever, see how I have the Pour Over Marketing logo up here? I have author chats. When we did Huracan, there's one for Four Horsemen's various things. Go fund this. I put it. You change those up. Now, I'm going to show you another thing. You can also do an overlay on here, which adds to things. Here, I'll get rid of this. There we go. So when I am interviewing an author or a comic book creator or whatever, it could be, I could be interviewing my friend that's a realtor and he's got his real estate business. I say, hey, give me a logo, and I can make an overlay that is blank except for his logo in the corner. And now I can do this. Okay, now I know that's a lot of junk. So what we want to do is get rid of this and go to this. But you see, I can put the logo up there. Now that one's kind of big, but I did that on purpose. When we did Huracan, smaller, right? When I'm interviewing an author, I put their book right there. Still has my show that we're doing. We're doing Alley Chats, and we interviewed Andrew Najberg. I think that's who wrote that one. Okay. There's lots of things you can do. You just got to be creative with it. Now, at the end of a video, yeah, I don't know if I can show this. Darn it. So at the end of a YouTube video, oh, maybe I can do it on YouTube. Let's go find out. Not here. Actually, not even here. I'm going to go to this. And I'm also going to look and see if anybody's writing on Facebook. It's very strange that nobody's writing or nobody's on when a lot of people said they were going to be on this. But I'm having some kind of weird thing where I'm doing this. It's going live. I see it doing its thing. It's recording. And then like one person will pop in and pop out. Maybe there's a connection issue. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Like I said, what I really care about is people watching it after the fact. The live thing is great for interaction, but I'll sit here and talk no matter what. Okay. So I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to share that screen. Here we go. And let's go to this because I think I put one on here so I can show you guys a couple of different options. Since this is not my channel, I'm not gonna be able to go in there and show you, what I've done. Oh, they've got new stuff on there. Let's see, it might have been on Maria's. Let's find out. Or was it on one of these? Does it have an updated? No, it does not. Okay, let's see if I did it on Maria's. And I added an end card. Nope, not there. So you can put a an end card, or you can put maybe it's gosh, I wish I could remember which one I did it on. I'll try Amanda. If it's not here, I'm just gonna have to talk about it, and you're gonna have to I loaded one. Nope, it's not. Okay. So I guess I can show you on here what it looks like. Uh, so we've got end screen and we've got cards. Now a card is that thing where you're watching YouTube and up in the corner it'll have I'm going to get rid of this too. Let's clean up. Let's clean up, shall we? There we go. Uh, so you're watching YouTube and there's a little thing that pops up at the top and it says like let's say that I mentioned Squarespace as a resource for this. And up in the corner or up at the top corner, it'll pop up a little thing that says uh check out my Squarespace video or go to Squarespace, use the coupon code Southgate, okay? You see a little thing pop up there and you click on it and it you can set it. I set it so it doesn't take you away from the video. It opens a new window with it. That's what you really want because you don't want them to go away from your video. Uh, that is a card, and those are really easy to set up. I'm going to do it right here and show you. Here we go. So I go to cards, and I want this one to go to this. Popcorn Author Chats. Okay. Here you can add teaser text to it. Right now you can see up here it says 2025 Popcorn Author Chats. Uh, so I'm going to that playlist. I could go to a specific video or I could go to a different link. You could put teaser text. Now keep it short. This does it, 2025 Popcorn Author Chats. But if it was like interview with so and so. Let's say you've got a big author. Let's say you've got Daniel Kraus. You go interview with Daniel Kraus, and it has a little info thing, and people can click on it, and then it opens up this. Look, boom, there it is. Now you see what you're going in for. Okay, this one I used a playlist. You can also write a custom message in there too. Okay, I'm going to discard those changes. Then there's the end screen. Now, the end screen, you have all these different options of things you can do. I'm going to pick this one and see. You can have it so it selects different types of videos. I'm going with best for viewer and most recent. You can move them around. Okay. Make them even. Now, I can't show you what it would look like, but what it does is once you say save, it automatically, when somebody watches the video, it will automatically add what the algorithm thinks is the best video from your channel there and whatever the most recent video is. You could also go with choose your own. So we could choose. I always want when somebody's on this to go to Writer's Bunkhouse. Not a playlist, but this one with JP Corwin is a great interview. I want that one highlighted for them because I think no matter what, they're going to dig that. Oh, here we go. I also made a video. Oh, you can't see it. Shoot. I made an end card video, if you can see that. Let me see if I can blow this up so you can see it without me here. Nope, nope, nope. I'm there no matter what. Sorry, guys. Uh, way that you could, when you make your video, now it doesn't do it automatically. So I'm doing this StreamYard. I can't add that on here. Okay. But what I can do, although I just thought of it, I bet I could. I bet I could. I bet I could add something like that at the end of my video while we're doing it live. Stay tuned. I'll try to figure that one out. But in the meantime, you can take that and you can, something like that, you make something like that in Canva, and you can take that and put it, when you edit your video, just put it at the end. Okay. Let it go for 10 seconds. Okay. Let a video run for 10 seconds and then fade to black or cut out, whatever you want to do. And when you post to YouTube, go in and put that, what I was showing you, where you choose the specific videos or whatever, your end screens. And these things you can move to fit in those boxes. So now if you have that video at the end of your video, you can put these boxes in and make them line up perfectly. It looks really, really slick. Okay, so why am I talking about all that? Well, these are areas of opportunity. You can make a video like that. I saw one where the guy did one that looked like this sort of, where it had him talking at the end of his video. So our show's over at 9 o'clock. And for the next 10 seconds, I'm like, hey, everybody, you want to check out our videos on YouTube? You can go to our playlist. They're right here, and leave, right? That's it. 10 seconds, let them play. And then I can go in, when I put it on YouTube, I've got this blank space, and I can put those videos right in here to fill that space. It's really slick. And if I want it to be black, I can. If I want to add some background to it, so I'm talking to you like this, we get to that end part, and I just go, bam, and I go, hey, we've got a YouTube channel. I know you guys have been watching it. I've got a playlist here. This is a video I suggest you check out. If you like this one, you're going to like that one. Maybe I did an episode like during Integrated Marketing Palooza. If I did an episode which was all about how you integrate your social media, I would say we just did a video, like let's say I'm doing one that is an introductory one to Integrated Marketing Palooza, but last year I did one, had an episode that was specific about newsletters. I had one specific about social media. And I would say, hey, everybody, check out this video from last year. We did a great job breaking down social media and integrated marketing. On the new episode this season, there's going to be a lot more information, but that's a way to get caught up to speed. And down here, here's a really cool playlist you might enjoy. It can be yours. It could be a different YouTube channel. So now you can make friends with somebody. So when we're doing the Four Horsemen stuff, there are a couple of channels that we have relationships with that have our authors on, and I can say, check out this channel. It's got a bunch of authors with our authors, or interviews with our authors on it. You can do specific. Check out Joanna on Booking It. She interviews authors from Four Horsemen, plus some other authors you're going to be really interested in. So if you enjoyed this, you're going to love this. Here's a past video where we interviewed another author from Four Horsemen. Check it out. And check out this other channel, Joanna Booking It. She's awesome. She interviews authors from Four Horsemen and authors from all sorts of other things. Check out Molly on Read Between the Lines. Whatever you're doing, you can do it live. You just have to be prepared. Be prepared, right? I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. So, what else could you do with it, though? If you're making those types of videos, what else could you do? So now I'm talking about ways to promote within YouTube, but does that mean, or, your YouTube channel and that, but does that mean that is the beginning and end of how this works? No, not at all. You could, let's say you get a sponsor. Let's say you've got a partnership. So I've got Joanna that we've got a partnership with. If you make a video of you and Joanna talking, or you make a promotional video, hey, it's check out our latest promotion. And then you've got a video that's like 30% off this in January, blah, blah, blah. Now, you do have to kind of manage those things, but you could make your own commercial, your own video, and say, hey, if you want to learn more about it, click here. So you're not just sending to an episode, you're sending to a commercial that you've got embedded in your channel. Or maybe you set up a separate channel that is only that stuff, that is only private for people that click on it. Now you're a TV station promoting your stuff, promoting where you want people to buy stuff, right? Using those end cards the right way, using oh, I already forgot the name. I always forget the name. It's cards. I'm going to go to one. And end screen. So it's the cards. You're using your cards the right way. You can put 4 cards per video. Use them sparingly. Use them the right way. Put them at points when you start analyzing, when you get more and more people watching your stuff, you kind of know where those breaks are. I've been watching the Midas Network, and they've got their YouTube channel going. It's fantastic. They've got 4 cards that happen, and they happen at very strategic points where they know people are still watching. Things are still going here. They mention a product or they want to promote their thing, and they'll have a card that goes up. If they have a sponsor in the middle, they'll have a card. They're talking about, let's pick something, this figure, and they have a sponsor. This has been brought to you by whatever company made this guy. Hey, if you want to get your own, click the card at the top. It'll take you right to their website, but don't leave this show. We've got a lot more information coming up for you. That's a way to use those cards really effectively. And then your end screen, I just told you, you can either just use it for promoting your stuff. Go to this video, try this video. You can have it, you can set it up differently. So it has a, let's see if I can actually do one on here. I can. Let me show you this. Share screen. So on this one, you can see some other options. If I do this, best video for the viewer, I'm going to change it a little bit. I don't know if I can change the size on here. I know you can. Oh, maybe you can't. But I could do this. And I put this logo. What does this do? That is a logo that clicks to our YouTube channel. So every video then, I can start adding this so they get at the end, best video for the viewer, if that's what we want. I can add an element. I can put channel, link, playlist, link. Once again, go to our TeePublic store. You can get it right here. Boom, there's a link. Or this button here is an automatic one that takes them to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've made a card, it's a little less messy than what we see here, but really effective. You can also change the time because it only has to be a little bit at the end. I'm going to save that one. Yeah, there we go. So you can, one of them that I like to use is one that has, I'll get rid of that, that has 2 videos and a subscribe button. And I'll put it where it has the boxes on the other side with subscribe in the middle. That was that 4 Horsemen one you saw. Or you could do, like I said, where you're at the side and you have it like this. You could have a subscribe button and a video button. Your video can be another podcast video. It can be one of yours, which I recommend having some internal links that way. But also, if you can get other people and then let them know that you have a thing promoting them on your video, you're building a relationship. They're going to promote you. Use your card at the top. If you have a promotion, 15% off at if you do like 15% off of a coaching session, use the coupon code August 2024 and it pops up across there. You're talking about it. You can say, oh, by the way, bam. I come on here. This is a casual conversation. I just talk with you guys. I throw a bunch of ideas out. But if you, let me get rid of this totally. Sorry. If you want to add those elements in, you can really do something. So I've talked about how on this show we're going to be expanding outward. We're going to be adding some shows. Maeve and I have been talking about a couple of different things we're going to add to it that are going to be really cool. So there's going to be other content, other shows on here. And in fact, I'm thinking about adding the happy hour, the one we do on Thursday nights, as kind of a regular thing. And that one I might do strict AMA, and then on Saturday morning do something different. I'm not sure. But as we do that, I'm going to start adding these elements. You're going to see me do this. So at the end of the episode, I'm going to say, oh, by the way, if you want to check out an episode about blank, it's right here. Check out our affiliate link. Here's a little promo we made about it. Okay. So what we're doing is we are, number one, trying to make money with this. Number two, trying to build connections with people. And number three, and actually this should be number one because this is most important, trying to build on the engagement with you, the audience. Get you more involved, get you so you're having fun with it. People like this show. I can tell because after the live thing, the views that happen throughout the week are getting really good for what we do, right? I'm finding it succeeding in this space. So why not build on that? Show people other cool things. Invite them to join in. How cool it would be on this show? We do the one where we're going to kind of do like Catalyst, something we introduced a long time ago. And in fact, I wish I knew which video it was. I would add it to this one. Anyway, when we did the Catalyst episode, we're going to do something similar to that. So if we have somebody on from their restaurant, and Maeve and I are going to do a Catalyst thing with them where we sit down and we talk about like different options, things we could do to solve a problem. We could have a card. Go to their page here. Go check out their website. There's a link. And then we could have a video. Here's their playlist on their YouTube channel, or here's a promo for them, or what have you. We could make a little ad for their place. Hey, here's something we threw together to show you about the place and promote it. How cool would that be? Then you're really using this. And I see people doing certain things with it, but the key to all of this is try different things. Think outside of the box. Marketing is not a straight line. And this is something that drives me crazy as a professor, because I see the students coming in and other classes are telling them essentially it's a straight line. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not at all, actually. You could try all this 1 month. I don't mean all that we just talked about, but you could try a promotion 1 month and say, okay, I've got a strategy. I'm going to do a newsletter. I'm going to do some interviews. I'm going to put out a podcast, and I've got a social media strategy. Boom. Got my strategy that I'm going to use. And you do all that, and you have your hashtags figured out. You've gone to SEMrush. You figured out some hashtags. You know where the trending topics are that you want to talk about. And you go, yeah, this is great. And you put it out in January, and it belly flops. That doesn't mean it's done. If you believe in it and you know that that was all right, look at what didn't work. Maybe your hashtags were the only thing that weren't working. You don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater. You can go back and say, okay, maybe my hashtags weren't good. Maybe something didn't work. Like on this show, there is something inherently not quite connecting to get people here live all the time. It's probably how I promote it. This is supposed to be casual. But you know what? Maybe we're past casual. Maybe we're starting to move into, let's make this a show. Maybe Thursday night's the show. Saturday morning is the real casual, where it's like, hey, we're there. Come in, talk to me. This is like office hours, right? Which, by the way, I will be doing on the Four Horsemen Discord channel. They have a new thing they're doing where I'm going to have office hours where you can pop in, and if you're a subscriber to their thing, you can pop in and talk to me. And it's for authors. In fact, I'll probably get Erica or Val or somebody to come on and talk about how all that works, because it's really cool. So if you're an author, it's going to be this really cool thing. They're doing things for authors. I'm doing it from the marketing standpoint for authors. So I'll have a once a week time where I'm just sitting there. I mean, if nobody comes in, I'm not going to be doing a show. I'm going to be just sitting there. And when somebody pops in, I talk to them and answer questions. How cool is that? But I'm planning to do that with this. I'm planning to build this up, and I've been working on a lot behind the scenes with it. But this week I started working on this YouTube thing, and I was like, holy cow, what an area of opportunity that I've ignored, and it would work for you. I know I'm talking about it from a media company standpoint, but stop it. Look at what you're doing. Look at whatever it is you're doing. You're a coach. You're a realtor. You own a restaurant. I don't care. You do craft shows, but you pay to rent that booth. You want people to come to it. You're like, well, do I just sit there and try to catch fish? Or do I have a little bit of a strategy and I find a way to reach out that makes me more interesting? There was a woman that I met at a con a while ago in Indiana. This was quite a while ago, probably 10 years ago. And she was using, it might have been Periscope back then. But she did this these knitted things. And they were a little different than the little crocheted things you see now. This was something else. I think it was crochet, but she did this thing. And she was standing at her table, and it was interesting. But she had a few people at the table. And I thought, why, for these little crocheted things, does she have people and all the other people in her line don't have anybody? This is a Comic-Con. Why is the crochet woman getting people? So when she was free, I went over and I, looked at stuff and talked to her a little bit. And then I said, hey, I own this media company. We do marketing. And I said, I have to ask you, what's the difference here? Why are people coming up? And she said, oh, she goes, I guess it's because I do this live streaming thing. And I said, oh. And she said, yeah. She goes, well, I find that I do work on this stuff. I kind of do this all the time. But she said, on Friday nights, I was finding that at 9:00, I was like shutting everything down and I would just sit there and like free form, knit and whatever. And she said, my husband and I set up a camera and a light and he runs it. He, hits record. So I don't have to think about that stuff. And we do a live thing. And she said, if nobody's on, I just knit. If somebody comes on, I answer questions or talk to them. And she said, yeah, it's weird. We started doing that 3 months ago. We get a few watchers, but she said, yeah, today, every other person that's walked up said, oh, I love your YouTube channel, or I love your whatever it was, Facebook Live or Periscope, whatever it was. So you can see it doesn't matter what you're doing. All of these things can add up and work. Having a YouTube channel, I mean, you don't have to do a show like this. You don't have to sit and talk for an hour. It might not be in you. But having video content, showing what you do. Think about, there's that guy that I see all the time, and there's a few of them, but there's one guy that I see all the time who has a landscaping business. And his gimmick is once a week, I believe, it's once a week, he finds somebody with a trashed out yard, somebody who, he's scoping them out. They're elderly. They don't have the mojo to get this done. And he'll go and knock on their door and he'll say, hey, I'll do this for free if you don't mind, as long as I can film it. And he will trim their yard. He'll do all this stuff. It's amazing. And he picks out trashed out yards. So you look at him, you're like, man, this is so neglected. There's a reason it's this neglected. And he just says, I'm doing it for free. Let me help you out. I'm a professional at this. People, pay me to do this, but I want to do it for free to get you your lawn fixed. It feels good when your lawn is cut and trimmed, and it does. It just feels good. It's like wearing nicer clothes and you feel like $1,000,000, even though I'm still the same person, but my shirt is pressed and I'm wearing something new and it feels good. Same thing with your yard, your curb appeal there. It feels good. So he does this and he makes these videos. And you know what? He's not doing anything special. They're usually like a 3-minute video, just showing him doing the stuff. And then at the end, bum. And then it says, hey, if you're interested, this is my lawn care service. If you live in the Portland area, contact me for a quote. That's it. And you know what? I watch those videos almost every time. Am I obsessed with cutting the lawn? Absolutely not. If I could get away without ever touching my lawn again, I would. But it makes me want to go out there and edge things and get things cleaned up or hire somebody. Does that a lot. Makes me want to hire somebody. I'm like, "Oh, can we afford it? Can we do it?" So it's worth it. It's worth looking at what are things like that that you could do. If he was putting out social media about it that wasn't this video content, I don't think I'd ever look twice. If he's just putting ads out there, which is what a lot of us do, I don't think I'd ever look twice unless I was looking for that thing. He's addressing a pain point. When you see that trashed out yard and you think, yeah, my yard is not quite that bad, but it needs love. Man, it works. And at the end of the day, doing the things that I just talked about, thinking about your cards, thinking about your end videos, who you can make partnerships with, how you can massage it, getting your keywords right, figuring out, looking at the stats like we did. What's the watch time? Why are they getting disengaged? Oh, I know. It's because it goes to a black screen after 30 seconds. They think they're getting a video. Make it clear they're not getting a video. The video version is here. The audio only version is here. When you set up your playlist, you can do that. Set up one that says, Alley Chats, video interviews. Alley Chats, audio only versions. The people that are driving around that don't want to have the video playing, hit the audio only version. They're still getting it. They don't want to do it through Spotify. They don't want to do it through Apple. But YouTube they use. Like I said, in the UK, it's the #1 source for podcasts. Right? And you can do interesting things. You don't have to be on camera. But make sure that your sizing is right, that your images are right, that your keywords are right, that you're saying things that entice. We used to have people that did these about shows, TV shows, and they would just put the title of the TV show. Or they'd put season 2, episode 4, and you go, of what? Which episode is this? What am I watching? Oh, I see the image. It has the Red Hulk in it. So this is the one where they talk about the Red Hulk. Title it that way. Use some keywords. Red Hulk, hashtag Red Hulk, hashtag Marvel, hashtag Thunderbolts, whatever. Okay. I've soapboxed long enough. So I do consulting. I do coaching. If you are interested in having a free session with me, the doors are open. I am ready to do it. There we go. Dreaming big is one of the things I do. So it doesn't have to be about marketing. If you have an idea, if you have let me see if I can make one of these work. I can't. I was trying to put it next to it. If you, let me see if I can do this. Nope. There we go. I'll go with that one. Or that one? Nope, that one. Okay, so if you have an idea, something that's been eating at you, you wanna publish a book, you want to, you have a dream. I know I've wanted a deck for so long, and I know I need to do it myself. I don't know how to get there. I wanna write a book, or I've written one, I don't have any idea on how to get it published. Um, I really need to get my social media game down. I would love to have a newsletter, and I'm just stuck. Reach out to me. We'll do a free session. It's not a time share. It's more of a chance to kind of get to know each other. I ask a few questions. You get to ask me some questions. They usually take 20 minutes to a half hour. And we find out, are we a good fit? Can I help you with this? I've helped people with things that are way outside of the marketing realm. Help them achieve their goals. Help them get that closet cleaned by helping them figure out what's stopping them. That's the coaching part. And then I also do small business marketing and do coaching and consulting on that. So reach out to me, write to me, rob@smgpods.com, or go to any of the places you see. If you message me from Facebook, if you message me in YouTube and you say, hey, I would love to talk about a free session, let's connect. Let's connect. And we'll get you lined up. I'll send you a calendar invite. You can put yourself on there and we will get you booked so we can do our free session. And if we're a good fit, then I'll tell you, hey, I think I can help you with this. Here's what we can do. Uh, if not, I have literally had people that I've talked to and I was like, this is out of the scope of what I do, or I know somebody who's better at this, who's specific to this. Let me connect you to them. Maybe all you need is one mentor session. Maybe all you need is like to come on the Four Horsemen's Discord. Maybe that's all you need. I'm not going to say we need to do a $10,000 whatever if you don't need it. I've never charged $10,000. Should I? You're the ones that are going to have to tell me that. So there you go. Reach out to me if you'd like coaching or consulting on marketing, on business, on leadership, on achieving your dreams, on goal setting. I am there for all of that. And I have a number of very happy clients. If you go to the website, you'll see people that wrote things, very nice things about working with me. And I would love to have you be one of them. Let's not let these little things stop you anymore. Let me help you. Okay, we're going to try it here. If you like today's video, this is a video that that YouTube is suggesting for you that they think you're going to like specifically based on your viewing habits. And here is our latest video. So if you're watching this 2 weeks from now, it's going to show you the latest video that was uploaded to YouTube about this topic for pour over, or maybe from one of our other things from Southgate Media Group. Who knows? You might discover your new favorite thing. Thank you for watching, everybody. Oh, and be sure to subscribe, and wherever you can rate and review Pour Over Marketing, New Media Lab, or any of the other shows that I do that I've mentioned from our network, please do it. It's how people find us. It's what keeps us going, and it helps us get sponsors so we can start doing some of these other cool things. And stay tuned. Now that we're finishing that house, Maeve and I have ideas that will be coming in the next month. It's going to be super exciting. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good luck with your marketing this week. Do not hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to help you. Thanks a lot, everybody.